Hello and welcome to the Movie Buff Show on YouTube. Today, Mark Ziobro, editor-in-chief of the site, speaks to actor Robert Keith. Keith has appeared in several B22 film productions such as Copper Bill and most recently, the period piece Buckskin, which filmmaker Brett Bettman states is his most ambitious work. Today, we discuss with Robert his film roles, working for B22 and Brett Bettman, being an indie actor, and more. Quick note, I apologize for the opening of the clip. There's a small cutoff as I pressed record and brought Robert onto the show. Robert was talking about being friends with veteran actor William Forsythe, and this is where our conversation begins. Thank you, and please like and subscribe to the channel to help support the Movie Buff and also indie film.
But
Go ahead, Robert. Sorry, I
but
had to hit record.
yeah, I go back with William a long ways, and he's been one of my idols forever.
What films did you do with him?
Shoot, well, I was with him on Dollar for the Dead
Okay.
in Spain with Emilio Estevez. I didn't get to do anything in that picture. I had to leave and come back to the U.S.
Okay.
But I did The Pass with William, The Librarians
Wow.
with William.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And I
Yeah.
actually lived with him. He had Steve McQueen's old home there on off Coldwater, just up nearly to the top of the mountain there in Hollywood. And I lived there with him for about 2 or 3 years.
That's great. You can't watch a '90s like action thriller without William Forsythe being in it.
You know what? Out for Justice was always
Yeah.
one of my favorite. But Once Upon a Time in America.
Yeah. Of course.
Amazing. But to me, I thought he was doing his most incredible work when he was doing Al Capone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when he was doing the Untouchable series, I mean, he was locked in.
Oh
He
yeah.
was Al Capone.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Crazy. But anyway, William Forsythe. Yep.
Yeah. Another guy that lives up here too. Though we can talk about you, but what's his name from 24 there? William Devane.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lives like he's from Albany, I think, and he fishes with one of my dad's buddies, and I just think that's funny.
Yeah. And they're just people.
Yeah, exactly. We're just people.
in spite of what people think, just people.
Yeah. So yeah, I looked through your resume, and I gotta hold on. I gotta pull up some. I wrote some notes that you hope you can't see the screen, just my face, right?
Right.
Okay, cool. Like I saw you got into TV early on in your career, right? I saw some like Quinn Medicine Woman
Dr.
90210.
Quinn. Yeah, but it wasn't, it was amazing to be on the set on Dr. Quinn.
Okay.
I never was there when like John Schneider was on, but when Joey Landau was there. But the biggest thing that I can say of that was I had the pleasure of being opposite Johnny Cash.
Oh my word, that's got to be an amazing experience.
The last episode I did was actually, the God, there's so many wonderful stories from that set. But Johnny was there, June was there, and she was in the show as well.
Okay.
Stacy was directing Keach.
Oh wow, yeah.
It was an amazing time. But Johnny Cash, short story on that. So
Yeah.
I'd gone into his bus to say goodbye to him. And of course, he's a mammoth man. I don't know how he had to be close to 6'3", maybe 6'4".
Really? Wow. Okay.
And of course, I can't do the way he talked. Everybody knows the way he talked.
Yeah, some people can do it.
The makeup girl had taken a picture of when I drew down on him.
Okay.
It's on IMDb. You can see it there. Anyway, she had it blown up, and she came in and she said, "I wanted you to have this," because Johnny and I we had just gotten close over those episodes.
Yeah.
And Johnny, he sees this picture and he grabs me and he bear hugs me. And this is Johnny Cash hugging you.
Yeah.
And this tear rolls out of his eye, and it just goes, and goes way down, and then finally dropped and landed on me. And it was like you were just blessed. It was like somebody just blessed you. And then he took and he got a pen and signed that picture for me.
Oh wow.
I was in China when he died, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And he invited me so many times to come to Jamaica, and I just never could come.
And I take it you're a big fan of his music then.
Oh, his music, everything about him. He's an enigma. He's an icon for my generation and
Yeah.
many other generations.
Yeah, it transcended. It almost transcended where he went when he did like like Hurt cover, Nine Inch Nails for like kids. No, I'm 40, but like kids my my
Yeah.
little younger than me even heard that.
But when you hear him sing, and especially
Yeah.
to think that he was singing it in a prison after being in the prison
Yeah.
Sunday morning, I mean, that'll just about send goosebumps down you.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love that old country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So going back to your question, yeah, I did got to do multiple episodes of
Yeah.
Dr. Quinn. If you go back a little further, Lee Horsley, Paradise.
Hmm.
We had Dennis Hayden and I were brothers, and we got to terrorize people and have fun. I did Adventures of Briscoe County. I was the
Yeah.
sheriff. And one of my favorites back then was Legend
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Richard Dean Anderson. I played a sheriff that was not exactly the nicest guy in the whole wide world. A lot of fun. Television was fun. Gosh, there was so much. A lot. Here's you to date myself. I actually did 2 Bob Hope shows. Now that's I was young and green, and I was living in Toluca Lake most of my
Okay.
time in LA. And I was like, it was a job, paid. And so I went and got to do 2 of them. I married Morgan Fairchild on one of them, then Super Bowl with Sammy Davis Jr.
Oh yeah.
It just fun time. TV's fun, fast, furious.
Yeah. It's quicker. It just I guess that was woven into like what I wanted to ask you. Like you started out in TV. Was that your like goal back then, or did you always want to get into movies ultimately?
Always movies.
Yeah.
From a little kid, yeah. Mark, I knew it. Now I started out doing stunts.
I saw
And
that. Yeah.
yeah, I had to, and I was okay. But I mean, some of the people that I started with have gone on and are legends in the stunt industry, and I'm so grateful to have had the time and been with them. And the westerns and stuff. I am a cowboy. There's nothing I just am. I ride
Yeah.
well. Done some great shows that all over the world in heritage of the cowboy in
Yeah.
Texas. A lot of people don't know that, but what happened was as I got into the 2000s, agency kind of got sour on me in LA. I came back. I got an opportunity to come back to Texas and do a wonderful show called Rangers and Outlaws.
Oh, I've heard it.
And I
Oh
did
yeah, that was
that.
pretty popular.
Yeah, that was a fun one. And then I followed it up in Branson just in 2015. We did the Silver Dollar City Wild West show, which was a theatrical presentation as
Okay.
opposed to the normal shows. But that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I've been blessed.
That's
TV
great.
was a great ground for me. I studied under James Best during those years.
Oh yeah,
A
absolutely.
lot of people don't know. They think he's just Roscoe from the Dukes of Hazzard. But
No, I've
no,
heard of a lot of stuff. I've heard of
and
them.
he was a phenomenal dramatic actor
Yeah.
and stage actor.
Yeah, and
But,
those are the crosses. That's one of the things I like the most is when like someone that just does like a pigeonhole role is able to you watch something with like a comedian, now he's like, oh, he's a serious actor. I had no idea he could do that. That's always
Mhm.
like what I'm looking for is just that range, it's
Christopher
interesting.
Lloyd.
Yeah.
Golly, you see Christopher Lloyd
Crazy
on
Doc
stage,
Brown.
and you will just go, "This is not the same man."
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
I know. I know. Yeah, I think the same thing. This is obviously newer, but the same thing happened to me with where I watched US The Matrix. You see Lawrence Fishburne, and then I watched like Boys in the Hood. I'm like, this is not Morpheus. This is just somebody else
And that's what it's
completely.
supposed to be.
Yeah, that's what acting's right.
Yeah, to change it up. That's why I love working with B22,
Yeah, yeah,
Brett and Tiffany, and ITN, because they've just given me an opportunity to expand and do these things, and I love it.
yeah. And that's what I was gonna, start asking you next. I mean, I've seen. So I read that you're in Meteor coming out 2022. which I like the concept of that. Sounds very interesting. You know, it's
It
like the
is
meteor's not
very
enough. It's got to be like there's also viciousness going on.
Oh yeah, we're human, you know. We
Yeah,
can mess anything up. That Meteor has got it's got some really dark places in it,
yeah.
and emotional things. A phenomenal experience for me to be the lead in that, and it's just
Oh,
uh,
you're the lead.
yeah, and
Are
it
you one of several leads? I saw that Tom Helm's in it again.
he is,
He's
yeah,
really a lead actor in his films.
yeah,
Are you the main actor then?
I am.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm sure Brett will hook me up with a.
Yeah, well, I'm
Yeah,
excited too.
I hope
It
so.
was
Yeah,
I'd never done anything like that
yeah.
particular character before.
Um.
Yeah, I think it's really fun when you get to do stuff like that. I met Brett and Tiffany a little over a year ago. They were I was introduced to them through a friend of mine, Tom Zimbrod, that does a lot of
Okay.
their things. And Tommy said they're doing a movie called The Rodeo Thief.
Yeah. Well, Tom's. Is he the? I'm trying to recall. He's the one that's in both those movies. He's kind of the guy that sets up the heist, right? With.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's him. Okay.
So the Rodeo Thief, yeah. So I did that one, and I had a fun job. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
You just go, don't even pay me because this was so much fun. COVID was going on because from if you go back to I was doing the TV, then I got into film, and I was doing pretty good, knocking them down. The last big one I did was Out in 50 with Mickey Rourke.
Oh wow.
There was some, a lot. Baltagar Zeddy was there. There were so many people in that movie, and I got to play a psycho, and it was a lot of fun. I like playing the bad guy.
I was
And
gonna
then
ask you about that.
everything. Have you seen Out in 50?
That I have not. No, I've seen some.
On the IMDb, there's a clip there of me playing with Scott Lee.
Yeah.
Scott's coming out again. He's doing real, but then everything went dried up, and so I went back to directing live shows all over the world. A lot of people don't know that, but I specialize in very large action shows, and we do them for theme parks and cities all over the world.
You mean just
Um,
like you'd be at a theme park and you do like a play kind of thing, or?
No, like the Batman stunt show we
Yeah.
did in New Jersey,
Okay.
just south of you. We did 5 of the parks with Warner Brothers. And that was, I was lucky enough to be I directed for about 5 years here in Dallas, that one.
Yeah.
And then, but there's a car show in Tianjin that we do that's seats 6,000.
Oh, geez, that's awesome.
And we have, I don't know, about 16 cars in it.
Yeah.
And then we have the big jumbo screen, and we have a film that interacts between the live and the film. A lot of fun. Then we also have a water show off of one of the big Russian aircraft carriers. In down South China, we did built a wonderful dome and amphitheater around this lagoon, and we did a mermaid show.
Oh,
Whatever
wow.
they want to do, I'm game.
You're game. So let me ask you, because you brought up a good point. So I know you've done with Brett, you've done the Rodeo Thief, you've done Buckskin, and now Meteor. Are those the only 3 so far?
No, I also did Honor Among Thieves.
Okay, and I didn't see that one yet, unfortunately. Yeah, so that's the one I got.
Honor Among Thieves. I play Arliss Beauregard. That was fun. So basically, Rodeo Thief was current. Then we did Honor Among Thieves, which was 1860.
Okay.
And then we went to Buckskin, which was 1820.
That was like, and I know Brett sent me that to me, and he's like, this is kind of like dear to my heart. This is really what I poured everything into, and that was very tonally, I liked it. But back to the Rodeo Thief, obviously you're playing criminal that or the criminal that
Pat Rubin
wants to. But so you said you're a cowboy, like you know how to rope yourself and all that stuff. Did you do like advising on the set for any of those movies because of that?
No, we had real ropers on the rodeo.
Okay.
So they didn't need any of my help, and I had all I could do to take care of my gang.
You gain.
That was that was a fun role though. Get to be explosive like that.
Oh yeah. Or
It's just
can and I've seen like yeah, and the same thing with what it's what I like about Brett is that he makes these indie films that really like yeah, I don't know if you're familiar. Probably you are, being with the Hollywood group. Like, I love those. There's certain movies. There's like this. The you've seen Training Day. Those movies that like capture L.A.
yeah,
And like Anton Fuqua and Brett really captures Texas. I feel, very
he
well,
did.
and it's like your role in those two movies were counter to each other. Do you have a favorite that you've done, Robert, of his?
Can we wait? Can you ask me that after Meteor
After
comes
Meteor
out?
comes out, so we'll wait till after Meteor comes out. So we'll see how that's.
Arliss Beauregard in Honor
Yeah.
Among Thieves was a lot of fun. He was larger than life, and
Yeah.
The dialect, coming up with that Mississippi dialect was fun.
Oh, okay.
And
So
then,
does it take place in
yeah,
Mississippi?
yes,
Oh, that's
that
gonna
was.
be interesting. Okay, so a a new locale.
And yeah, I like to make it different. So yeah, come from Rodeo Thief which was pretty much me.
Yeah.
Misbehaving and doing what I do best, being bad. And then you go to Honor Among Thieves, and that's again, you have if you listen and you watch Brett's films, he's always got some kind of psychological twist, and it's fun because it just feeds right into the dark side of me that just loves to do it.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting note. I had, with all the TV, with all the film, I
Yeah.
had never gotten into an emotional scene
Okay.
until with Brett.
Okay. What was the scene?
It was in Buckskin.
Okay.
I play a very hardened military careered person that's running this fur company,
Mhm.
and in a conversation, his world turns upside down, and everything that he knew was now not, and he was nothing. It just, talking about a paradigm shift. He was in control of his life and everybody else's life. He is out of control and not controlling anything, and his destiny is going down the drain.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I don't know how it happened, but it did. And Brett let me go there, and Anthony shot it really well in this church, and it was a trip. It was a great experience for me, and I really thank Brett for giving me the confidence to do something like that, because that was something that I'd never done before.
Yeah, and that's good. And yeah, and that's good that you were able to bring that to the role. I think it's really hard to have. A lot of movies try to do it, but like it's a commonly when you see military or it's like it's like they're supposed to be tough, right? And then B, it's like their pain and suffering or even death is like supposed. Like it's like, oh,
Yeah.
we know they're disposable. So to make you care and feel for those types of people really takes a lot of skill. So I commend you for that.
That's you, Mark. Hey, that was it. That was exactly what Brett and I were doing, because
Yeah.
you don't expect that man to have any emotions or feelings.
Or can he even in that time period? It's like
Yeah, 17 people were killed today, Captain. Great. Did we lose any furs?
yeah.
Send the man out there and get them, pick them up before the animals eat them.
Yeah.
And make sure we get all those furs accounted for.
I mean, that's yeah. I mean, that time period is probably something that people alive today just have no conception of what it would be like to, it's easy to judge like, oh, well, this is an immoral thing to do, but when when it's literally survival, life or death.
And have you seen Buckskin?
Yeah, no, yeah, I've seen and reviewed them all except for Honor Among
Honor
Thieves.
Among
For
Thieves.
some reason I didn't get, yeah.
Tommy, Tom Zimbrod, I mean, he was all over that role.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he did things. I have that first scene in the
Yeah.
movie where he comes in and tells me that everybody's dead. I had there was it was fine until okay, you're talking about my son. I can deal with that, but my grandson, Tommy he just gave it his all.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, no, I did. Look, I told Brett, I thought it had like, I don't know if you saw these films, but like very like heavy notes of like, kind of like, I don't know, this is weird movie Ravenous. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
reminded me so much of that out, except your movie wasn't about a crazy cannibal eating people. It was about but the outpost in the middle of nowhere trying to survive,
Yeah.
and that tone, I thought just, he really nailed it.
I am glad I didn't live then.
What's that?
I'm glad I wasn't living at that time.
Oh, I know, right?
They come in, some other that was some tough living that they did.
He died of fever. What? When no one dies of fever, it's like, or whatever you get.
And again, I think when you take it into context, that there I was. So last year I did my last show was in January 25th at Lake Tahoe.
Okay.
I came home, executive platinum on American. I'm used to going. I was going to be home for a week and then off to China to do 2 shows.
Yeah.
Then go to Chennai, India,
Mhm.
and do another show. Come back to Texas and do a show.
Jeez.
And COVID, man, it like everybody, it just stopped that.
Yeah.
Everything that I knew was stopped, and we didn't get any PPP. We're just I'm just a one-man band here.
Yeah.
And everything ended. And it was so bizarre that Brett and Tiffany came into my life, thanks to Tom, when it was the darkest time. My wife's company folded, my company, when it was dead. Not going to China, not going to India anymore, not going to Western Europe.
Killed, yeah.
And then my true love that I grew up in was always my goal and my dream to make movies.
Yeah.
That's what it was about. Gosh, the guerrilla films that we would do and get in trouble for. And if I can't even tell you because there's probably still warrants out. We did stuff in LA that, because you just wanted to make a movie.
Oh, you mean like non-permitted, just like we're running?
Yeah,
whatever. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, come on. You come around the corner and slide, spin out, and then everybody jump in the car and drive off.
Yeah, no, one of my friends used to do stuff like that in filming in the grocery store.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, that's, and then like, oh, here goes the manager, stop. It's like,
but you were doing what you love.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. It's about getting together. And the other thing about B22,
yeah,
that group of people, I mean, it's a small group, but man, everybody's on the same page and everybody's going in the same direction with Brett, and they're focused. And it's fast. It is fast.
Oh, it's got it. I mean, he's pounding out like, I thought it was interesting because he's doing like a, really like a film a year at least. And then it's like, even with his like, if not Buckskin, Rodeo Thief, into, why is my brain blanking out?
Outlaws Buckle?
No, the other one that he did.
We did Rodeo Thief, and then we did Honor Among Thieves. Those things. There was something before Rodeo Thief, 90 Feet.
No, that 90 Feet from Home with Adam. No, it came after Rodeo Thief. And now I'm going to have to look because it set up Rodeo Thief.
Oh, yeah. That was with Tom. Yeah.
And why am I blanking? Oh, no. I'm thinking backwards. Rodeo Thief set up Copper Bill. That's what I was thinking of.
Well, actually, Copper Bill was before. It just happened that they Yeah.
The last scene where he kind of like meets Zembrad's character and it's like, hey, I know about this heist. So it's kind of like the reverse.
Yeah,
Film.
exactly.
Like I thought that was very interesting of Brett to do that, like almost like a universe, you know?
He gets, he comes up with stuff but he's so fun because the other thing about him, you can approach Brett. I mean, just he's so easy to go to and go, here's what I was thinking. Okay, tell me. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
And he'll let you. And if you get a good one on one take, he'll allow you to have a little fun and
Like
try it another
ad-libbing
way.
and like ad-libbing, trying to bring in your own flair
Yeah.
to the movie.
Yeah, and it's and Tiffany is always, I mean, she's so supportive, always got your back.
Yeah.
Anthony is a wonderful DP and just fun people. Make up their sound guys, they're always good. Alfonso, it's just a fun group to work with, and you just feel very safe. And I
Yeah.
think when you get to something like Meteor, because again, Meteor, I don't know what, I know what our intentions were. I don't know until I see it, but
Oh, yeah.
Meteor has some incredible emotional drafts in there that if we get it right, it's going to pull you and you'll go, it should leave you with something and you go, what just happened?
I can't wait to see it. I mean, you've seen the teaser, obviously.
I did, yeah.
And Brett gave me permission to release that alongside with the interview. So I'm gonna put that up and hopefully get people's interest a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be fun because with the name Meteor, everybody thinks, but the Meteor was just the catalyst that this picks up 10 years after that Meteor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how much you're allowed to say. Is it like a extinction level thing, event type thing, or?
You said it best when you have all the people turn bad and evil.
Yeah.
And that highlights that, and it also highlights that sometimes people are under such pressure that they just can't take it anymore.
Yeah, that's a great. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking really forward. All you guys are growing as you keep going, and fantastic.
Yeah. And without a doubt, Brett Bentman has just expanded my knowledge, my confidence, and my field so much. I studied under at the Beverly Hills Playhouse in Beverly Hills there, and we had some wonderful stuff go on there. But to actually get to utilize all that stuff that we learned and put it to use and play with it and try to build your confidence in your toolkit to do this and change characters completely. The next film, we're going to start the next film in a couple of weeks.
That's wonderful. You're already going.
Yeah.
What drew you to independent film, Robert? Coming from your TV and some actual, big series and major pictures, like what draws you to indie film? If you had to say.
It's so nice to be with people that want to create this experience on film. A lot of people get tied up and boy, there's so many avenues in entertainment now that you can go. Most people just want to be a celebrity. We just want to make movies. We want to come up with fun characters that are real, that are reacting and responding in a real way. And again, in Meteor, I think Liam, he's got some things that he's got to work out, and how's he going to do that? And that's no different than somebody that I might know. How's he going to get through this?
Yeah,
and have the faith and everything to pull that off. And this avenue is just phenomenal. It's so exciting to get to go do one of those films and be with somebody like Brett, Tiffany, and the rest of them that, again, it's a safe environment. Meteor is one that there's no way I would have done that character, I don't think, on a 6-week great big set. No.
Yeah, because you feel more comfortable acting going that route in front of people that you trust versus.
when you expose your soul like that one does.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just fun. Again, the goal was always to make movies, whether
Yeah.
it's a guerrilla style or it's a major motion picture. The goal is to make movies, and it's so exciting because Taylor Sheridan is changing Texas. Not only did he do Yellowstone, one of the most popular shows on television.
Oh, yeah.
Now he came down here and bought the Four Sixes Ranch, which was the world's largest ranch. They started, and so he's doing Y 1876, the prequel to Yellowstone right now.
Oh, wow.
But then hopefully we're going to get a cowboy series here in Texas based on a Texas legend ranch.
Yeah.
Boy, that would be
Is
something.
he from Texas? Is he from Texas?
He
Robert?
is. Yeah.
What did he just? We just posted a review of something he did. What did he just do?
The one with Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, yeah.
Firefighter.
That's another film with a disaster going on, and then also nefarious creeps trying to do something.
Well, it sells. What can you say, Mark?
Yeah, it's a great concept. I applaud you guys. I've always found independent films are just stripped down. It's like not about plot twists, it's about character development and and really just dialogue that makes sense. I mean, his 90 Feet from Home was really raw like that. I thought the Rodeo Thief was really raw like that. Unfortunately, your character doesn't have a good time at the end.
I was getting worried because he killed me in Rodeo Thief. I got killed in Honor Among Thieves.
Okay.
Buckskin. I'm like, come on, Brett. Let me live once.
You're gonna become the new Sean Bean. It's just like he gets killed in everything he's in, right?
Now, when you watch Meteor, you'll have to see.
Yeah, no, yeah, I can't wait, and you're whetting our appetite for it.
Oh, I tell you, it's a roller coaster ride of emotions and events and things that you really wouldn't think, but gosh, knowing what we know, it could happen.
Yeah. Do you like disaster movies in general? Not that this is a disaster movie. It sounds like it's more like a human interest.
It's about as disaster as you're gonna get.
Yeah, that kind of other.
It's I think something that big that happens.
Yeah.
It changes our paths, and again makes us decide and make decisions that we would not make unless put into that position. And when you have something like that, that does it might be a character or it might be an event like that is going to propel you into a world that you're not familiar in, and you're going to have to stop, observe, make decisions,
Definitely,
and proceed, and hopefully you made the right decision.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Until you're in that situation, you're not going to know how to. Have you? I don't know if you ever see the movie with John Malkovich, Alive, about the Andes crash?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, where he's like at the beginning, he's like, people come up to me and say, if that was me, I would have died. He's like, I don't know how you can say that, because until you're there, you never know how you're going to behave. You can't.
Oh, and if you get to looking in history, that has happened quite a bit more than we think.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you take that, some of those special forces, they train them. If it comes to that, this is what you can do.
Yeah, you can prepare for it, but not really.
No, you can't prepare for that.
No, not at all.
I wouldn't think so. But again, as we always say, that you don't know what you would do in that situation until you win it.
So obviously you've been talking about Meteor a lot, and you said you're going to start another project after a couple of weeks after that, which we'll wait to see. I'm sure we'll see some teasers. It's another B22, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. What are your hopes like for the future of your acting and just your career in general in the next couple of years?
Well, again, COVID changed all of our lives, and for me, it changed my life for the better, because I couldn't be any happier. Making movies is what I always wanted to do, Mark.
Yeah,
And this has been just such a wonderful time to do these different characters and
absolutely.
have the opportunity to do them. I hope it continues with Brett, with whoever.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a new representation here in Texas, and hopefully
Okay.
somebody that will come in and create a partnership with me to get me some more opportunities to do this, because I absolutely love to do it. It's what I dreamed about doing ever since I was about knee high.
Yeah.
And
That's great.
I spent years training, and it's someday maybe it'd be fun to say, well, he's an overnight star. No, it's a whole life. A
No, it's
lot of
hard,
people
it's
don't know
hard work.
this.
It's just you've been through a lot. You've done a lot, you know.
I did a pilot episode with Dan Aykroyd on a
Yeah.
TV spoof with Second City. It was Mark Jacobson and all those
Yeah.
people from Second City. We did CCPD, which was a spoof
I
on
saw
a
that, yeah, in
sheriff's
your resume.
department, and under Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
And I was doing comedy,
Yeah.
which nobody would have ever believed that I would do comedy.
The
'Cause I
Robert Keith
usually-
could do
a
comedy.
psycho. And Fern Champion, a really well-known casting director in LA, she
Yeah.
believed in me, and she said, "I want you to read for this." I said, "Okay." So I came in and read for it. The producer liked me, and then I went before the whole board there, that vicious, grueling process to get, and I got that part. It's a shame we didn't do it. He went on to do Coneheads after that.
Oh, wow.
But you just think back at the times, and I got so close so many times, but never have hit one out of the park. But I'm happy where I'm at. If it'll just continue like this, I couldn't ask for anything more than health, happiness, and making movies.
Oh, that's great, Robert. Well, thank you for your time, and I know you're a busy guy, probably. Do you have anything you want to add? Like any, I don't know, any links or things you want people to check out if they watch this clip?
Well, when you go to IMDb
Yeah,
and you search Robert Keith, you're going to get a list of them.
I saw him. Yeah.
It's a very popular name.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if Robert, there's the first two is Robert Keith, and maybe I'm kin to him. He was Brian Keith's father, a very well-known character actor. We're probably kin somewhere back down the road,
Sure.
but I'm Robert Keith too. So that's a very important thing to know. We also just opened back up robertkeith.com, which is a website, and you can go and see that. We just did a new photo shoot with Kelly Williams in Dallas. It is really funny because it was 3 days after Meteor, and if you saw the teaser, I look completely different.
Oh yeah.
in Meteor than now. And I'm just before I talk to you, I've been at the gym this morning getting ready for this next film with Brett. But yeah, IMDb, search Robert Keith 2. And then you can always go to robertkeith.com. On Instagram, it's Robert L. Keith.
Okay.
Keith. So you can go there and keep up with me as we do these fun escapades for film. So check it out. Get ready for Meteor. I hope it's everything that we wanted it to be, because it's going to be fun.
Oh well, thank you so much, Robert. And I'll send you an update when this is posted, and we'll go from there. All right.
Sounds good, Mark. Thanks so much for having me on.
You're welcome. Thanks for being on, Robert. Have a great rest of your day. All right.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yep. Bye.